And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted. The run.
Here's a diving catch right side. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He finds Bateman over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. At their own 21-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Ravens 7, Seahawks nothing.
2nd and 12. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shaquille Barrett showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Shaquille Barrett, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kyle Pitts, 32 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This will be dumped off to Barber. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He hits Adams complete. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. He'll check this one down to Barber. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 3 yards remain for second down. Here's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Play action. It's Wilson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Hey, boys, you got 4 down. Watch 20, seal that.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Come on now! First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On second down, Barber. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. An incredible play there on fourth down in their own territory. Barber on 1st and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They go play action with Jackson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. 7 yards the pickup there. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good, and that makes this a 9-point game. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw again on second down. Wilson flushed out right. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try.
All the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cooper Kupp, 38 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass, and pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A.J. Dillon, fine work there on the touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the two-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
They would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that two-point conversion. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Throwing now is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go option to the short side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases,
It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of...
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they said, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Here's Jackson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Jackson. Now swing pass for Dillon. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Throwing, Jackson. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's